Alright, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So welcome to another episode of Nick Strength and Vlogs. Welcome back. So thank you guys for coming over here. I hope you guys are enjoying this channel so far. So the topic of today's video is going to be meeting Eddie Hall at the 2019 Arnold Classic. So this is a really kind of a funny story. For those of you guys that don't know, me and Eddie have a little bit of a history, a little bit of bad blood. Maybe 5 months ago I made a video speculating as to whether or not Eddie Hall photoshopped his pictures. And interestingly enough, Eddie Hall saw that video and did not like it. And his response to that video was something to the effect of, "I deserve a slap." So a lot of people were hyping up the fact that me and Eddie Hall were going to fight if we ever saw each other. Eddie Hall was going to smack me if we ever saw each other. So fast forward a couple months, me and Eddie Hall talked after this video incident. And we kind of worked things out. We kind of came to an agreement, came to a truce. And I made a follow-up video saying that I did not believe he photoshopped his pictures, and that was maybe a month before the Arnold Classic. So fast forward to the Arnold Classic. So I get there on Thursday, and we get there Thursday for both the athletes meeting and the meet and greet. So interestingly enough, the very first person that I run into at the Arnold Classic is Eddie Hall. So we get there Thursday, and we really don't know where to go because I've never been to the athletes meeting before. So this is where Arnold kind of meets all the athletes. They kind of go over what the athletes are going to be doing this weekend. They give the athletes their competitor numbers, and they kind of give them a rundown of how the weekend is going to shake out. So we're looking for this athletes meeting, and the first place we go is kind of this ballroom area. It's kind of a backstage ballroom area where we thought the athletes meeting was. So we go back there. It's an empty space, an empty room, kind of an empty hallway. And who is the only person back there also looking for the athletes meeting location? Eddie Hall and his camera crew are the only people back there. And we did get this awkward video and this awkward picture together. So we did get proof that we met. And we talked for a little bit. We talked for maybe 10, 15 minutes. It was very, very awkward at first because we kind of just were like, what are we supposed to say to each other here? Because we did work things out over the phone, but I still get the feeling that Eddie doesn't really like me. I don't have a problem with Eddie. It's not that I don't like him. It's just that that video about him photoshopping his pictures really rubbed him the wrong way, and understandably so. So we run into each other, and we're both looking for the athletes meeting, and we're both in the wrong place, by the way. So completely freak circumstances. Like, what are the odds we would both be in the wrong place, and we're the only people in the wrong place looking for the same thing? And the fact that he was the very first person that I ran into at the Arnold Classic. So we did not fight. He did not smack me. We talked for a little bit. He told me about a documentary that he's currently filming, kind of, a documentary about Arnold Schwarzenegger, inspiring him to do what he does. So he was looking for Arnold to do an interview with Arnold for this documentary. So he told me a little bit about that. He told me a little bit about the cost associated with producing this documentary. And we had just kind of a cordial small talk conversation. We didn't fight. And it was good, and it was a good icebreaker because that was kind of one of the people that I was nervous about running into, even though we had talked on the phone. I told him I was going to be at the Redcon booth and he could meet up with me there. So I was kind of nervous about how our interaction was going to go. So I'm kind of glad we got that out of the way very first thing of the weekend. I mean, it was kind of good. So yes, I did run into Eddie Hall. No, we did not fight. So Eddie, if you're watching this, I hope we're cool now. I hope there's no further issues. I don't think we're going to have any more issues between you and me on my channel. I'm just going to stay away from the topic of making any controversial videos about you at this point. But I hope we are cool, and I hope you enjoyed our conversation. I hope maybe we both walked away with a little bit more mutual respect, because Eddie seemed kind of surprised that I was back there with a press pass. A lot of people like to say I'm not a journalist, and a lot of people like to say I'm not real media. And that's one of the things, that's really the only comment that rubs me the wrong way. Because how do you define a journalist? And this is something that Phil Heath says all the time when he's kind of trying to throw shade at me. He says, a real journalist went to school for journalism. I don't know about you guys, but I can't name a single journalist in the bodybuilding industry that has a degree in journalism. Dave Palumbo doesn't have a degree in journalism. Bob Ciccarello doesn't have a degree in journalism. So I'm kind of curious, what does make a real journalist in bodybuilding? Is it writing for a magazine? Because I've written for 2 separate magazines on several different occasions. Is it having a large following? Is it reporting the news? What defines a journalist? Is it just having a platform that people want to watch and come get news? I think I'm a journalist. I've been recognized as media for the Arnold Classic for the past 10 years. I've written for magazines. I've got a YouTube channel, the most followed YouTube channel, by the way, for bodybuilding coverage. I interviewed Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've interviewed WWE pro wrestlers. So what makes me not a journalist and what makes these other guys a journalist is always the thing that I'm kind of curious about, because I think I am a journalist. So that was the interaction with Eddie Hall. I kind of went off on a tangent there, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about me meeting Eddie Hall and whether or not I'm a journalist. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm going to try to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2019. That is my goal with the vlog channel. I appreciate you guys helping me make that happen. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.